before we do this, make sure it's gonna actually get my voice because sometimes it doesn't.
Before we do
Okay,
this.
we're good. We're good. Nice. Okay. Now I'm gonna send you the link. No, I don't know if you're gonna actually. Let me see. I'm an idiot. There we go. All right. Let's see this. Let's see what we got going on. Okay. Um. So I'm not gonna watch your Angela gameplay. I don't care about that. I'm only gonna watch this, and this. So let's get this started. Okay, this is ranked. This is plat. This is plat. Okay. Plat's pretty. This game is a mess. I can already tell you this game is a mess. That is way too many deaths. Way too many deaths in this game. Alright, let's figure this out. Let's see what's going on. Oh my god. What now, buddy? No, you are not. Yes, I am. Huh? What do you mean? Wait, what? What's going on? Huh? Confused. Okay. All right, let's get to it. Okay. Where are you? Okay. First thing I see, you're not hovering who you want to play. I'm hoping you're on voice chat telling your team you want to play support. Um, I would consider with the way that since you already have a Spider-Man on your team, um, this is a trick. I would hover Invis because if not, this guy might feel like he needs to ban Invis because a lot of people feel like Invis is like the end all be all currently, which I don't think she is, but it's just my personal opinion. I think she's strong, but I don't think she's like server admin unless you try to dive, you try to run heavy dive into her. But anyway, so yeah, I would maybe hover Invis here just so you can maybe avoid him from banning her. But it seems like your team's banning Moon Knight. Okay, whatever. And obviously you can't see the enemy team's banned, so whatever. So Moon Knight goes here, and then second has got to be Daredevil by like default. So you have to ban Daredevil on the second rotation. Now, the issue with doing this is, well, you're platinum, whatever, it's fine. I was gonna say the issue is you leaving Gambit up, and Gambit needs to kind of be played the higher up you go because the better people are at like managing how Gambit plays. The fact that your team is trying to ban, yeah, your bans are all over the place. What the fuck is this? Angela also, this is not a I don't think this is an Angela ban worthy map. I would think more maybe Hella, maybe Invis here. Really probably would have gone for Gambit though if you knew you weren't playing Gambit. But yeah. Okay. You ban Hella, they ban Hawkeye. Cool. So we're letting Daredevil be in this game. Let's see how this goes. As a support, you need to be thinking about what it is that you need to do, what's going to allow you to play the game. Because your DPS, your tanks are always going to be able to play the game no matter what, basically, kind of, sort of. But if you crumble, everything falls. And that's just a way you need to think about it when it comes to bans and picks and shit. All right, so we're playing Jeff. Okay. See a little Jeff gameplay. All right, your game's already in trouble. Hopefully this isn't your duo. Is bad. This game is already questionably bad. This person, unless they're smurfing, can't play Mantis. You can't play Mantis in a duo healer comp at this level. You will just get fucking destroyed. This is actually just bad already. The fact this didn't end becoming a stomp is crazy. Let's see this. Okay, so the first thing I noticed about your Jeff gameplay is you're not using your bubbles. So you see how you have these 3 bubbles here? What you want to do as a good Jeff player is kind of put them out. You can put them maybe like here, put a couple here. I would probably put them over here. And that way your tanks, if they're getting pressured, when they move over to cover, they just get a bubble and get healed. And it helps you. You need to use this cooldown more. Okay, this guy jumps on you, whatever. Let's see if you should win this easy with this Mantis. Okay, perfect. He dies. That's all right. So when he dies, this should be it. We just take point here. Let's see. Okay. Your rogue dies. Not okay. Whatever. So it's a 5v5 now. See. Okay, their cloak is dead. So this is a push. We should win. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. All right. You bubble for yourself. Okay. All right. You've already won the point. Okay. Okay. And this should not work with the Mantis, by the way, but it is, so whatever. Either this guy's a Mantis Smurf, or he's not. This guy is terrible at Mantis. He has a 16% accuracy. I don't know why the fuck people play Mantis like this. Anyway. You should use your bubbles more, though. Whoa. What are we doing here? Questionable positioning. Okay, let's talk about that one. So there was no reason to do what you just did. This was bad. You already have control. You have control of the point. You have control of everything. You don't need to do this. Like, right now, the payload is moving. You're playing Jeff. So you have the range to be able to sit in the back on the payload at a time like this and make sure this thing's moving even faster. Because the payload moves at like one of the highest, I don't know how to say this, the highest gain you get per putting a person on is one person on the payload. You can just literally sit here on the payload as well, maybe I missed. Oh, you know what? I think it's because I still have my settings turned off from last night, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That makes sense. Okay, so we needed. So then this is even worse than I thought. Okay, let's turn this back up. I did this because I'm going through a vibe right now where I really, really, really like hearing the trailer in Town Square for Doomsday. All right, so. Okay, so right now you're winning. You're pushing. So the main goal of this game is being accomplished. There's nothing to do. No pressure on you. No nothing. You're just winning. You don't have to do anything here. Anything special. Okay, you hear Mantis ult? We can walk forward a little bit, but we still want to keep one on the card if we can. Although currently the card is on auto, so it means it's not going to move any faster no matter how many people are on it because it's still whatever. It's not at the point where it needs people. So okay. Friends gather round. Now, when you hear friends gather round, when you hear Mantis ult like this is a moment where you should kind of take advantage of this if you're not trying to push the cart, which honestly you still could take advantage of this, by going into your Mantis, getting closer because you're getting the heals, and just start going full ham DPS, basically, if you can. And that means throwing your spit shot out, basically. I forgot what it's called, but the one where you just blast people. You're still sitting in the back, which is whatever. You probably shouldn't be doing this. Okay. This guy dies. Okay, so you're now in a 6v5. This is perfect. You're winning. You're winning. You're winning. You're winning. Just naturally let this take its course. You're winning. What? I don't know why you went this way. Why did you do this? You're playing Jeff. So just remember, you're playing Jeff. You have piercing heals and damage. If you just were to AFK on the cart, not saying that AFKing is the best thing to do all the time, but if you were just to AFK on the cart, look at what's going to happen when you spit your water out. You're going to hit Spider-Man. You're going to hit Mantis. That's 2 people you're healing, by the way. You're going to hit Strange. That's 3 people you're healing. You're going to hit Rogue. That's 4 people you're healing. You're going to damage Strange. You're going to damage Magneto. Okay? You're going to damage Gambit. And you might even catch Cloak if you're having a good day. So that's like what? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people worth of value. 7 people worth of value if you were to just do what you were doing before. But I'm not exactly sure hold on, somebody messaged me. I need to see what this is about. I don't even know who you are, brother. But make sure this thing is still recording me, brother. Yeah, okay, cool, we're good. But instead, you left your post and went on a flank. There's no reason to flank this. What is this? Like, look at what your flank accomplishes. So now you're healing 1, 2, maybe 3, and damaging 1, which is like 4. But if you had just kept your posts, you'd be healing her. You'd be healing him. He would be dead, by the way, because your water back here would have hit him, and he would have died here already, right? You would be in a much better position. I'm not sure why you're moving in this close. This is this is weird. I don't understand what your process was for this. Like you're putting yourself in serious danger. You're way too far up. Way too far up. And now you're in a weird position where you're about to get double ulted for the Gambit and the Cloak. Now, what are your options? A, counter ult. You could do that. You probably should do that, actually, because they're down 1 member, and so you do have the numbers to your advantage. B, the big brain play. You ult immediately because Cloak is ulted, right? And you follow Cloak. Let's see if you do it anyway. Cloak's ulting. You should be ulting right now. You should be ulting. Okay. And by the way, you wouldn't even need to ult here if you had stayed back on this thing, because you'd have been healing your whole team the entire time, and they have 3 members. They are never going to kill your team, even with 2 support ults like this, because you guys would just back up and disengage until everything runs out, and then you would just win the fight. But that's not the point. We're focusing on what you did here. So let's see. Okay. Still running back. Still running back. See, like, all this. Hold on. And then you just die here. This is a positioning, decision-making thing. Now your magic ults for no reason. And she's gonna die anyway, probably, because she's an uneven fight. Okay, alright, let's see if you can maintain the Jeff. Let's see if you maintain the Jeff positioning this time. Now, granted. Oh, no, let's see if you do it this time. Okay, you probably should move a little bit because there's a squirrel girl hitting you. Also, you're kind of way too far back. You don't need to be this far back. Just stand right here. Play this cover. Water gun. Water gun, water gun, water gun. Go into cover. Or water gun, water gun, water gun, water gun. Go into cover. You don't need to be this far back. Okay. Alright, whatever. Okay, alright. Well, that was a mess, but it worked out. So let's see it go from here. Okay, screw him. He should not kill you. Okay, I would have reacted a little bit faster to this. Let's skip to the next character. Let's see when you get off of Jeff. I want to skip to when you get off of Jeff. I'm definitely seeing some positioning things.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
You do swap Jeff off at some point. When do you get off of Jeff? Because one thing I'm noticing is your positioning on Jeff isn't very good. So that's something you can definitely work on. You just played Jeff the entire time? Looks like you did.
Great. Eddie, I guess we're doing
Okay, now we're Emma. Alright, whatever. We'll do it, Emma? Fine, that's fine. Let's see your Emma. Never mind, you go back to Jeff. I'm gonna try the other replay. Because I can already see the pattern, and it's definitely a positioning thing. Positioning wise, your positioning is very wonky. So that's what's leading you to die in situations you shouldn't die in. I am going to try your other game. Oh, the other one you sent me, which was the more recent one. I need something I can. That's not going to be so much. Where's the number? 417-4715. It's not this one. But your positioning is what's getting you killed though, for sure. I can definitely tell that already. It's definitely a big thing that is getting you killed. And Jeff's positioning is a little weird, where he gets the position in ways other characters don't because of his mobility, and that's a layer of the game that I don't think you are currently. Okay, this is a Luna game. Okay, this is gonna be. Your Luna accuracy is pretty good, so this is gonna be an interesting game to watch. Let's see this. Oh man. Oh. Oh. Okay. I have to tell you this, and you're not going to like to hear this. You, for all intents and purposes, can never pick this character into two healers. You can't pick this character. You can't pick Adam. Those two. They are primarily triple healers. And I know people say they should be able to play whatever they want, but those two characters are balanced and designed around working very well within trio triple heal comps. They don't have the natural healing to back up your team enough. If it's a fair match between two even teams, your team is likely going to lose, because you need to be that much better on Mantis and put out that much more damage, and your team also needs to play the game much slower so that they don't get killed by burst damage. This is gonna be an issue for you.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
It may not be this game, but overall, it's an issue. You can't do that. Okay, you got a Wanda walking in front of her tank. Let's see how this goes. Okay. 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 All right. Okay, dead. All right. You almost died there. Probably should have backed away from the Fantastic so he couldn't reflect his damage back at you, but... So far, the enemy team is just letting you get away with this, so... It is what it is. Sleep, maybe? Sleep? No. Hell no. Okay. Let's talk about it. Sleep her. You actually have your sleep up. Sleep her. Sleep her. You ulting here is really, really bad. All right, so this is a game-throwing ult. Why is this a game-throwing ult? Okay, let's talk about ults for a second. So this tells me, number one, I need to give you guides, videos on positioning. And I need to give you guides on when to ult. Which are two of the most common strategist things anyway, so don't feel bad. Why is this ult terrible? Not good. This chick is dead. 100% dead. He's killing her, or she's killing her. This chick also has her shield. She can put it on you. Save your life. Right? So there's that. Her shield, probably, this is bad from her. She should have moved it a while ago to you, but whatever. She can put her shield on you. Okay? If you were to, let's say, die here and go 1-for-1 with this chick, your spawn is right here. So when you both, let's say you both die 8 seconds, right? You run 8 seconds, Mantis speed boost, woo, 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 and probably the card is maybe like right here by the time you come back. You're piss chilling. She dies, right? Look at what she's got to do. You see how long it's taking me to even get the camera there? That's the issue. She's got it. She dies 8 seconds. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. And she's going to get here by the time you're back with your team. It's not going to matter. You're so close to your point, it doesn't even matter if you die here. Second thing, the reason why this ult is bad is because this ult gives tempo of the game to the enemy team. And what do I mean by that? So let's say your ult, you use this to not die and you kill her, right? Okay, and you push it here. Let's say you push the cart to like here. Let's say the enemy team then decides to use their Su ult right here to try to stop you from moving. Your team is either A, going to die to their Su ult, right? Because they're all taking no damage. Or B, your Su is going to say, I got to stop us from dying and drop her ult, okay? So now both ults are both ults, right? Counter for counter. Well, the first Su ult, aka the enemy team's Su ult, fades, and your Su ult is about to leave in 2 seconds. Right at that time, Gambit ults. He ults his entire team, they walk forward, you have nothing to stop them, they kill you all. The first person to ult on as a support, unless they are countering a DPS ult and getting inherent value out of it, or a tank ult and getting inherent value out of it, there's almost no reason to ever ult first as support. Until you better understand the game and understand the times where you can kind of break that rule. Or the risks that you put yourself at by breaking the rule. This was an unnecessary ult. And so now, your team's down 1 ult. Blade's probably going to die. And let's see how far you get the cart before Rogue gets back. You know what I said about how where the cart was going to be at? And I said how if you died back here, the cart would get to about here. And then you would be back with your team. Look where Rogue is. Or I told you where Rogue was going to be at? Look where Rogue is. You see what I mean? If you two died at the same exact time in that fight, she would be right here. You wouldn't have ulted and wasted your ult. And your team would be probably about like right here, maybe. And you would already be back with your team, basically, as Mantis. And you would still have your ult. Because what should happen now is they should ult on top of you and win this. Gambit should ult first. Sorry, Su should ult first, and you guys should die. Let's see how it goes, though. Because again, you can't predict solo queue. Also, they're playing Hawkeye now. Get ready. Okay. So Su ults to save you guys. their Sue is dead. So you get bailed out because their Sue is dead.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Now might be a good time to stop them.
Their team is really bad. Okay.
This is real firepower!
Their Gambit hasn't ulted once this game. You lose this? Wow, you got okay. This is I can't wait to see this game actually now because this Gambit hasn't ulted one time. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. The Gambit is getting out healed by a Mantis, and the Mantis is healing slightly less than the Sue. Their Sue is healing absolutely. They're getting absolutely. Their healers are auto-filled. I don't know what the hell's going on, but their healers are actual trash. Okay, all right. Back to you. You died somewhere. How did you die? You should have won the game right there. What happened here? Whoa, why are we up here? What's going on? Why we go up here? What are we doing? Okay. I need to watch. Okay. You're winning the fight. I don't know why you ulted here again, but whatever. We walk in. Here's the problem with ulting like this. You're gonna get killed by better players or by people who just get lucky. Because this Star-Lord now has ult and you don't have an answer for it unless your Sue gets ult in time. Or your Magneto. So if this Star-Lord comes back with ult, he just wins the game. But let's see. Okay. Alright, what are we doing? We walk up here. Why the hell are we chasing? Yo, their spawn's right here. You can't chase this deep. They can just walk into spawn and kill you. Okay. Okay. You're gonna die here. Because you overextended. This is a positioning thing again. Yep, positioning. Okay. Strange open a portal. Okay. Weird, strange portal. Positioning, whatever.
Behold the god of thunder! Fantastic!
Okay. Dude, their teammates are so bad. This guy swapped off of Star-Lord, I think. Never mind. Whatever.
find our...
Okay, if you ult like that versus triple support, you're gonna get in trouble. But let's see how this goes. Thing is an idiot. Okay. Walk up. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. This thing's gonna get himself killed again, isn't he? Holy shit, the enemy team is terrible. How do you drop this ball? You're winning every fight. The only way you lose this is if you blow your ults for no reason. Which you might. Because you have done every single time, so you might do it here at a crucial moment. But you're winning this right now. They're literally, they can't get in. The only way they could possibly get in is if you blow your ult and give them an opportunity window to walk in. For no reason. Which is, I'm guessing, what you're gonna do. Either that or have an AFK. Because you're winning. You're winning. What? Do you have no reason to press your ult? You're way too far up also. You keep walking forward in front of your tanks. You're asking to get killed. Fuck, I called it. What'd I tell you? I said, listen to me. I've been doing this for a while now. I've been doing this for years for League of Legends and for like this game. People, I pretty much could stop the replay here because I called it. People are creatures of repetition and pattern. And something that people don't realize in this game is they will do the wrong thing an entire game and not get punished. And then they will keep doing the wrong thing and then they'll get punished and not know what's going on. This behavior right here, this ulting because you got the button, is the stuff I was telling you in the first round that you keep doing. You did it like twice in the first round, basically. And I said, you need to stop doing that because it's going to get you killed at some point. I'm going to guess what's going to happen here is you're going to ult. You might even win this fight. But now that you're down a support ult, what's going to happen is they're going to full send it on you on the return when they come back. They're either going to do it with Invis first, then Gambit, or they're going to do it with Punisher. And somehow somebody's going to fuck up and somebody's going to die. Because this is bad. None of this matters because you were going to do this anyway. Because they're just getting owned anyway. So you don't need your ult. Let's see. Okay, their Punisher's an idiot, so he's going to ult for free. Okay. Alright, you are way too far up, brother. Or sister, actually. I think you're a woman. Yeah, my bad. I don't know why I'm calling brother. Listen, what are you doing here? Again, remember I tell you first game? Positioning, you keep walking way too crazy. Not crazy, but way too aggressively. Look at this. You are in Narnia. You are here as a solo healer. Where is your team? Here. Here. Also, you need to have more awareness and listen to when this happens. Because I heard this too, and I didn't know if you heard this. Okay? Listen to this. So, here's something you need to learn, okay? When you're playing against a Doctor Strange, and you should know, because you should be able to press this button and see the scoreboard constantly. When you're playing against a Doctor Strange, you need to be thinking, when is he going to portal? Because that is a key component of how Doctor Strange plays, and you need to be looking for that moment to happen. Listen to this. I'm opening a portal. Just heard it. And you heard it too if your headphones are on. Look. He's opening a portal. Right there. Okay? Your whole team, I think, heard it. You didn't. When you hear those words, you need to regroup with your team and figure out where you're going. Because you cannot be this far up anymore. Because he's going to be behind you. And you cannot risk him getting behind you and killing your team. Or flanking your team. Plus, since we can press this button and see what they're running, we see not only are they playing Doctor Strange, but they're playing Wanda. What does that mean? That means there's a chance that he can portal and use a Wanda ult through portal and kill everybody. But the reason you're going to lose this fight is because you're way out of position. Because for some reason, you walked in their whole team. And are over here doing a 2v1 as a support. You ain't her. This is like some super high level gameplay if you're going to go for this. And this is like Smurf egotistical, full send it, not smart gameplay, but just you're just trying to have a big ego and show off. You're going to die here. And when you die, your team's going to lose the fight back there. You're dead. Bad positioning. Your team's now going to lose the 5v6. And you will be the sole reason that your team did not just instantly win the game here. Because your team will not be able to handle this Gambit ult. They've already used Sue's ult earlier, right? Because you wasted your ult that one time. Sue used her ult to stop the Punisher ult, which technically she shouldn't have done that anyway because it was a solo Punisher and it wasn't that serious. Everybody could just hide behind cover, but whatever. If you didn't waste your ult earlier, you would have had it. If you didn't waste your ult earlier and didn't die somewhere in Narnia just now, you would have had it here to counter the Gambit ult. And your team wouldn't wipe here. And you probably would win this 0-3. Instead, you die. Doing bad habits. Your team is going to probably wipe on the point here. And this is it. You're going to go down to the second point now. Okay. Are you back yet? You're here now. Let's see how you play this. Okay. This is done. This is done. You need to run. Okay. All right. Okay, you have 2 people dead. You can't walk up like this. Both of your tanks are dead. You cannot hold the space. You're just going to get ran through. You need to know that you have to run away from this. You are way too far up with both tanks dead. And you're going to stagger and die. Yep. Lack of awareness that there is nothing separating. Listen, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 people. Sorry, no, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. You have 2 dead. You need to be very aware of who dies and who is alive. That little thing, that noise that it makes in the top corner when somebody dies and when somebody's alive, that's not just there for kicks. When you hear that, it's time to think, somebody died on my team. I need to back up. Somebody died on their team. I can push forward. Both of us died on both teams. It's in the middle. Nobody's dead. It's in the middle. This is a case where both of your frontline tanks are dead. There are no shields. There's nothing in this game blocking you from not getting hit by this stuff. Which means they're going to kill you if you stand too far up. They do kill you all here probably as well. And what this does is causes something called staggering. So I need to give you another video on what staggering is, because staggering is going to be important. I'm probably not going to go too deep into this VOD, because I can see there's a bunch of conceptual stuff that I just need to give you that will solve a lot of this. Staggering, though. Staggering is where you don't have full members of your team, and instead of one person died for 8 seconds, let's back up as a team and wait for the 8 seconds for that guy to come back, and then re-engage at 6 people. It's one person died, and there's 8 seconds on his death timer. Now I'll die when there's 4 seconds on that guy's death timer. Now my teammate will die when there's 4 seconds on my death timer. Now the other teammate will die when there's 4 seconds on the next guy's death timer. And so what is happening is you have a very slow wipe of your team that instead of it being an 8-second to come back and fight type situation, you now have a 8 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and you've done something where instead of it just being an 8-second deficit, now you're looking at almost a 30-second deficit. Okay? So you don't want to do that. Called staggering. And the more you stagger, the more ult charge they build. Because when they kill you, they get ult charge advantage numbers over your team. See how you're 50, right? And their dude is 61? Their Sue is 65. Their Gambit is 35, and their Adam is just sitting on a full ult to heal. This is just a bad positioning and understanding of what staggering is. So I'm probably gonna stop this when this is 3-3. Because there's no point in going through the whole thing. I can already tell you, your biggest issues, positioning, knowing when to ult, staggering. That's it. This is cooked. You're down a person. You back up. Who's DMing me? Oh. One second. What is this guy? Oh my god. Okay, I'll do it in a second. I'll take care of it. All right. You get out of that, but yeah. So the second thing I'm saying is you need to learn a little bit better how to utilize Jeff's ult. I'm trying to think of how we could do that. It's gonna be a little difficult because there's not really a lot of Jeff streamers. You have to give me some time to think of work on that one. But I can definitely tell you don't really kind of know exactly how to maximize Jeff's ult. I think what I'm gonna have to do probably is I'm just gonna have to look on my account for people who play Jeff and like high elo lobbies and we're gonna look for their games. Is probably the best thing we can do here with that. But so far, let's see where we go from here. Okay. Bubbles. Okay. And you see how your team just kind of collapsed? They just kind of collapsed straight up.
Born again!
I also think Your Mantis might be better than your Jeff. Just because Jeff is a little bit more not as straightforward. Because one thing I want you to remember about Jeff is he has fall off. So you need to understand that the further you are away, there's a point where you won't be doing as much damage to the enemy. So that's something to keep in mind when you're playing Jeff. I think I just need to get you a Jeff visual guide. We need to. I need to. I'll look into that one. I'm probably not even gonna watch it because again, this is coming down to positioning again. Positioning is your thing that is getting you positioning and decision making of when to ult.
Battle starts in 5, 4,
Because you're actually making Mantis work, which shouldn't. Which tells me that if you play any other healer, you will probably do much, much better. But that's not the point. Okay, your team is now okay. It's Cloak and Mantis. Okay, there's a dude behind you. I hope you know that. You're not gonna be able to kill him. Okay, you got it. Somebody's dead, so we gotta push this. Dead back. Thing dies. Dead. Teammate died back. All right. This is where I was here to say the Mantis starts becoming a problem. And you play Loki. But why don't you play? Never mind. Loki positioning needs work too. You would never want to jump down here and do it like this. You would want to set this up to where you could get a clone. You see where Cloak is? You would want to be up here. You would want to put like a clone here, maybe a clone over here if you can, or something. And you would want to get yourself set to a language. This is positioning. The problem is, what I'm seeing that's going to be an issue is I think you play too many supports. I'm actually going to end it here because I can already see a pattern of what's going on here. This is a positioning, decision-making ult usage thing, which again, I deal with this all the time. I know exactly what to give you for this, and we can solve this problem within like technically a day, or less. All right, so well, not me. I'm not trying to look at you. I'm trying to look at me. I'm trying to look at your stuff real quick. Fuck. Oh boy. We'll bring this back up again. Way too many deaths on support here. Still a lot of deaths on support here for a game that you win versus 0 dive characters. This is a tank game, so I'll give you a pass, but this is still a lot of deaths for a tank. It's a lot of deaths for a tank. A lot of deaths. Way too many deaths for a support character versus no dive. So again, yeah, your stuff is coming down to positioning. I'm gonna give you some content for it in the DMs and shit like that. But you're good. You're good. This is easily fixable. This will take a data fix, and you will see the game through a whole new light, and you will be good to go. So I'm gonna end the VOD review here. But that's all this comes down to is knowing when to ult, decision making, and all of this stuff. I would encourage you to check out the Strategist Mains Discord and Strategist Mains subreddit. We have a lot of content on there for stuff like this, but also especially on the Discord, there's a giant fact for supports. But I'm gonna link you some of that stuff, and we'll get you going. This is easy fixable. You're gonna be fine. You're literally you're what? You're platinum right now. Okay, you do exactly. You follow the content I'm giving you. You will probably be diamond, maybe even grandmaster by the end of next week. So just keep that in mind. All right, I'm gonna end it here.